Cody Collier, welcome, buddy. What's up? How are you?
I'm doing great. How we doing, Leonard?
I'm doing great, man. Hey, Mason Dixon is always something that people look forward to. How was the turnout and how was Mason Dixon?
It's definitely one of my favorite races on the circuit for GNCC. Turnout was great. I think it was really, really high numbers all the way around for at least on the quad side.
Looks
But
like
yeah,
the
no,
weather was
racing was great. The couple, all the classes had battles for the lead, all the premier classes, and yeah, no, really good racing all around. Finally got away from a nice dry weekend for it.
yeah, it looked like the weather was good. That always makes it a little better for most people, right?
Yeah, no, it definitely makes the cleanup easier at least.
That's good, good. Especially for you four by four guys that, it takes all day and a month of Sundays just to clean your machine.
Oh yeah, it takes upwards of 4 hours.
Geez, oh, if I was having to wash it, it'd probably take 7 or 8 because
Yeah,
I can never seem to get them clean.
yeah, no, it's possible to lift them up. I got a whole dolly full wheel set up with a winch to pick mine up at the wash rack.
And that's just to stand it up.
Yep.
Yeah, because how much does that weigh?
800, probably 1,000 when it's packed full of mud when you're getting ready to stand it up.
Oh man, that's incredible.
Oh yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
even more exciting to see how well they work for how much they weigh.
Yeah, no, yeah, and trying to get those things to fit through the trees like we do is crazy too.
Yeah, well, watching the videos of you and Brandon and you guys, the way you guys drift them, that's incredible. I mean, 800 to 1,000 pounds, and it's just like poetry in motion almost. You watch TT bikes, how they drift through the turns. I mean, obviously you're not as nimble as they are, but darn, for a big machine, that's pretty damn nimble.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. You gotta be real careful, real high side, you real quick.
Oh, I bet. I bet. That's awesome. We could talk about what you guys do on those 4x4s do all day long, but let's get into this Mason Dixon race report. In the AM race, which I'm going to beat you to it, Lykins, Cox, and Owen. Is it Owens?
Yeah, and
Owens on the podium. Not in that
yeah,
order, but those were the three in the AM race that were on the podium.
those were the three that won YXC1. It was actually a Jacob Smallwood from the YXC2 class hopping up on the overall podium.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
catch.
second row.
And how
Yeah,
old? What's the
fun.
what's the difference in those two classes?
Age, just an age groups, same machine rules and everything, just different age groups. So
So
one of the younger riders, Jacob Smallwood, he got the whole shot in the second row and just started picking through that front row and got himself on the overall podium.
are they similar machines?
Identical. I mean, everyone's set up a little differently, but yeah, same bike rules.
Really, that's pretty awesome
Yeah.
to have.
Yeah, the hybrid classes, the YXC1 and YXC2 are the hybrid classes.
And then their age differences.
Yes.
So the older ones are in the front row.
Yeah.
Wow, that
Yeah.
must
So
that must mean
that,
Smallwood's pretty fast.
yeah. Fearless. Like we were talking about earlier. Yeah. No. No. He just put it together. Him and his brother Andrew, both really good young riders, and yeah, put from the second row on the overall podium.
That's so cool. Did you get to watch much of that race?
Yeah. No. I went down and watched the whole shot. Got to see everybody watch the first lap, and then went and prepped for my race.
When you say you went and prepped for your race, is that just getting your gear ready because your machines always come to the races ready to go, right?
Yeah. No, I watched a little bit of the race, and then getting getting a little bit to drink and hanging out at my place and calming down and just enjoying a little bit of calm before the storm all I can.
Really?
Just go back and hang out at my place for a little bit.
Exactly. Just getting mentally prepared.
Just taking a deep breath in before I go and do battle.
Awesome. What was the AM start in the 4x4 class like?
Hectic. Mr. Kaden Wharff got a little excited and had a pre-fire on the start, and I got a really good jump on the start, but man, my Ken has been grabbing lately. I just keep on wanting to see the sky on the whole shot. So I was locked in up front, wide open start, and it just nothing I could do to keep that front end down. I got a really good jump, but that wheelie cost me. I tried to toss it into the first turn and tipped. Fraizer ended up getting the whole shot and pretty much maintained the race from there.
So it was a battle all day then between you and Brandon.
Yeah. Where I tipped in the first corner, I was probably like fourth into the woods. Passed up to second early, and he had probably almost 10-second gap by the time I got in the second, and closed in on him, rode in behind him, and just all over him all day. I felt like I had a little bit more pace than he did. Just finally made a move at the end of the second lap, and I had the lead for maybe 2 miles and made a bobble in an open section, swung the corner a little wide and caught the downside of that outside, and lost a little bit of drive, and he was able to get me on the inside. But a really good day of racing. Just wasn't able to make any magic happen.
Didn't lose your goggles this time.
Nope, all good. No, really good, clean. He threw a rock at me and almost broke my nose. Kept on
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, it was all swollen really, really bad. I couldn't breathe after he hit me with the end of the second lap.
That's crazy.
I was a mouth breather for 3.5 laps.
Man.
But I was giving crap at the race for hitting me with the rocks. That he broke my nose, but no, it was definitely swollen. I didn't know if it was broke or not. So Tuesday it finally started to slow down and definitely wasn't broken or anything. So all good.
No blood?
No blood. No, it just instantly clotted up. My nose started running like just snot for a second, real heavy, wasn't any blood, and then it just clogged up.
Wow. I don't know if it would have been better if it would have bled, because then maybe it wouldn't have, clotted up. You might have been able to breathe through it, but swelling up and sealing off like that kind of sucks.
Yeah, no, today's the first day I've really been able to breathe right since I was definitely a little swollen for all week.
Well, we don't want to forget Hayden Mickelson was the third on the podium in that race.
Kaden Wharff. Mr. Kaden Wharff, third.
Was it?
Yeah, absolutely. Unless they gave him some sort of penalty after the fact, but he was third on the podium. But Cole Lykins got that overall win from the schoolboy all-star class. 250 all-star.
Oh, you're talking about on the podium with you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I was talking about in class. Mickelson was third for the day in your class.
No, Wharff was third in the 4x4 Pro. But Lykins was first overall, so he got first on the podium. I was third overall on the day.
Okay.
So Kaden Wharff was third 4x4 Pro. Great ride from him. He actually had the fastest lap out of the 4x4 Pros on the last lap.
I must be on drugs because I just read this.
I don't know what race you were looking at.
Fourth in points. Mickelson's fourth in points. That's where I messed up. Yes. Well, Kaden got third. Yeah, you're 100% correct. I have it mixed up with the points position, so I apologize, everybody. I don't know how to read, so please.
No, it gets confusing. You look down, 12 columns as you start getting a little cross-eyed. But Caden's having a great rookie year in the 4x4 Pro class. He's solidifying himself as a consistent podium guy and is third in points over halfway through the year. His first rookie.
He's tied with Mickelson for third in points.
Oh, are they at a tie now? Okay. I knew he was third. I didn't see it was a tie. My bad. But yeah, no, he's being very consistent and figuring things out quickly.
Yeah, that class is getting more competitive. Are those guys getting closer and closer to you guys as far as closing the gap between you and
I don't think so. I don't think so yet. They're all still battling for amongst themselves for that third place spot. So until one of them solidifies and starts closing on us, me and Fraizer are growing pretty much every race still. So as much as they're growing, me and Fraizer are still growing and figuring things out too.
Nice. So you guys are the pace setters, and everybody's building towards you too.
Yeah. No, me and Fraizer, are definitely the head of the class. And Landon, whenever he shows up, that can't forget about mentioning Landon. He's also fantastic. Always there to puts up a fight whenever he shows up. So between the three of us, yeah, we're definitely the head of the 4x4 guys.
Right, right. We haven't mentioned him a whole lot because he hasn't been around.
Yeah, no, doing the dad thing, enjoying life and just enjoying life, taking it in, doing his thing. So, nothing respect for him for doing it and enjoying his family, and he'll come join us whenever he can.
Right. Life does happen, and racing always isn't life.
Nope. The people got different priorities, and his is a home, so can't blame power to him, and he'll definitely come back around. We'll see him around again.
Right. I think that's awesome. What did you hear about the start of the WXC?
Looked like Emily Wise got the whole shot, or at least up front in the corner two, and no, kind of a mixed start. I don't know exactly who ended up where, but I know Chloe led most of the race. But on that, they ended up sending us for a fifth lap. We ran for almost 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure all the girls ended up over 2 hours and 10 minutes. But yeah, Chloe and Jess had a battle pretty much to the line on that last lap, and Jess ended up taking the win.
Wow. So they were duking it out. Katelyn and Hannah, swapped again with Katelyn getting third. She's getting faster. She's doing great this year.
Yeah, no, nice straight up dry race, and she, came up here and put on the box, didn't use no vet skills or nothing, just raw speed and Kate getting it done.
And let's not, you mentioned Emily, and Emily, we talked about a couple races ago. I think we've talked to her a couple times this year about, leading in the beginning of the race, as well as Katelyn. So those
Yeah,
late.
yeah, they both got the carbureted quads. Emily's on the carbureted YFZ, and Kate's on the carbureted Honda, and they just fire really good. So they're always up front early.
Yeah, they seem to be doing great. I think that class is one of the most competitive because in that top four, I mean, yes, Jessica's a little more dominant right at the moment, but you have four gals right there, maybe five, that could win any given race.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Snowshoe's going to put that to the test, and we'll see how Snowshoe coming up treats everybody.
That's another fan favorite right there. We'll get into talking about that when the time comes, but man, what a turnout and what a race. Getting past right at the end probably had to break Chloe's heart a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. And me and Fraizer passed the line at 1:41, and they sent us out for another lap. And an hour 40 is normally cutoff time, so they chose to send us out for another lap. So yeah, no, I'm sure Chloe's not too happy about that one.
Wow. Because I heard that they cut the afternoon race short.
Yeah, they probably didn't want to do to them what they did to us. That was a long race. It was hot. It was over 80 degrees. I know I said it was supposed to be 70, but something changed in the forecast, and it was a high of over 80 that day. And yeah, no, most of us aren't used to that yet. It's just started getting warm here in Ohio, and no, it was a long day for a lot of us.
You think that they just made a mistake?
Oh yeah, no, our lap times were on time, but that fourth lap with all the heavy lap traffic we got in, our lap time slowed like a minute plus. So that's where we hit the 1:41 mark.
Okay.
So they didn't want to just throw the checker early. So they sent us out for another lap.
Did anybody have fuel issues?
Not that I'm aware of. So I think everybody made the line, even with the long race. Some people may have had to pit on that fifth lap, but everyone made it from what I'm aware of.
In the pits after you go through the barrels, right?
So the PM race has the pro row, for the XC1 and most of the XC2 guys that choose to pit there. But for the AM race, we don't really have a designated pit area. There's no we have a 4x4 pro row, but half the time it's on trackside, half the time it's not. So they don't really require us to pit on the pro row because half the time it's not on track.
So how do they pit the amateur classes or the other classes?
It just just like any amateur, you just pit where you please, pretty much.
So they have a section of course where that's where you can pit.
Anywhere, as long as you're off track. It's I've seen people pit in the woods in a split trail. Normally people do out in open sections, out in fields, but you can pit pretty much anywhere with common sense. Just don't be in anybody's way.
Wow, that's a little crazy. And during the afternoon race, it is in a designated area.
For the top 15 overall in points. So
Okay.
just the pro guys that have to pit on pro row. Like a lot of the times that you'll see guest riders in XC1, they're not required to pit on pro row.
Okay. I see.
So it's just supposed to be at your pit location. So most XC1 guys have that spot on pro row. So it's kind of one of those unspoken rules. Like how do you word that? Like if you're an XC1 guy and you don't have a pit at pro row, like you didn't qualify to have a pit there, you just pit wherever you're parked or wherever you have your canopy up, and that's your pit location for the race.
Okay, I get it. So if you're parked next to like Bryson Neal, if there's a guy that's with him that's a pro, he can pit with him right there.
Absolutely. And so I think XC1 and XC2 guys, you don't really have to ask for permission too much to allow them to pit with you at your location. But if you have a amateur rider pitting with you at pro row, like James Glauda, whenever he was in A class, they had to ask GNCC if it was all right if he pitted with John Glauda Jr. at his pit location. They of course approved it, but
right.
So
family, it's kind of hard to say no, right?
Yeah. No, it's like, yeah, why not? So that's a little one of those unspoken things too.
Oh, that's cool. The afternoon race pretty much went off without a hitch. You know what? Before we jump to the afternoon race, our West Coast champion, it works here. Tori Matejcik came out and ran her first GNCC race. She finished. She got 11th. I think she thought it was a great deal. Some of her posts she was still pretty excited about it and happy that she had finished and got to try it out.
Yeah, no, very cool to have y'all out here, kicking your butts, but happy to have y'all out here.
Well, yeah, that is kind of what's happening to a point. When XC2 Pro-Am, Alex got the win, and that's his third win of the year. The top three in points went 1, 2, 3, not in that order. Eller, Mr. Consistency, was on the podium in second, and Braxton Gross, because it was a clear race, got third. So, I mean, with those three guys, every time it's a clear race or a non-muddy race, Gross seems to do really well.
Yeah, no, I was surprised. I didn't expect him to see him on the box, honestly. Not having ridden a lot of hard pack here on the East Coast in these type of conditions. Very good ride. I was surprised. He did very, very well in the sand whoops of Florida and Coker, and as kind of struggled to find his footing with the mud and everything we've had out here. But no, I was just very impressed to see him up there on the box.
Right. Keys and Galata were fourth and sixth. And I believe Galata was sixth and Keys was fourth.
Yep.
So they had good rides, and they're still battling. That top 6 or 7 guys seems to be just really, really fast.
Yeah. I mean, like we've talked about before, I think any of the top 10 in that XC2 class can really just have an on day and contend for a win.
Yeah,
Alex and Eller have just been really strong for most of the season, so they've been tough.
Eller is racing the motocross race this weekend. I don't know if I think he's doing it for maybe some training and just overall speed, but that guy's starting to develop into a really, really good rider.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, putting in several top 15 overall finishes in this year, and against some really, really good riders. So I think we have 13 XC1 pros every single race. So,
and Alex is a first year in XC2.
Yep, he was your college A champ last year.
Yeah, and I don't know how many years Eller's been in there, but it's been a few.
I think this is his third season. XC2.
I think you're right. What is the normal time frame for somebody to be an XC2?
It's different for everybody. Some people are lifers. Some people, are running one and done prodigies coming up and through. Most of the time I'd say it's 5-6 years before you move up or back down.
Move up or back down.
Yeah, most of the time. Most of the time you qualify like a junior A or a vet A class, and you're someone that wasn't a top 5 finisher, and they'll drop back to a junior A or a vet A to be more competitive and have more fun with it.
Well, yeah, you get into an age bracket class, and if you're never going to be that guy, you go where you can have more fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and maybe build that confidence to give XC2 another shot. You see that sometimes too.
Yeah, build skill set. That's cool. I like the pro-am classes and the development classes because you get to see some of these young riders developing their skill sets, and you can't always tell who's going to be one of those dominant XC1 guys, though. That's the
No,
crazy.
no, it's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell, when someone's going to turn on or not. It's just sometimes it clicks, sometimes it don't.
Correct. I mean, it's pretty awesome. You know, when we talk about XC1, we've had 3 different winners in the class this year. Yes, Bryson Neal's pretty much, dominated the field and won all but 2 rounds. I think he's got 2/3 in those rounds. With Fowler and Merritt actually getting a win. The XC1 class was pretty competitive from what I hear and what I read. But Neal came out on top with Fowler. It looked like was right behind him on the finish.
Oh yeah, chomping at the bit. Yeah,
So,
kept honest all day.
wasn't I saw a video of Fowler in the lead and Neal making the pass?
Yeah, it was actually Stephen Harrell leading into the woods in the XC1 class. He led the entire first lap for the first time for Mr. Steven, and Walker was able to make the move for the lead there on lap 2, and Bryson ran down after not long after.
Okay.
I don't know how many times they went back and forth. I was dealing with my nose and a little bit of dehydration after the race and tried to recover a little bit, so I didn't get catch up with much of it live, but got to look at the results.
Yeah, I just have been reading some posts, and it was from what I'm gathering, I don't have exact on this. It was close to the finish where the final pass was made.
Yeah, no, I didn't see where that was.
You think that it was one of those tracks that Walker just felt more comfortable?
Yeah, no, Walker's been building confidence for the last 2 years. Got himself one at the Hoosier. Was a lot closer at a power line, I think, to challenging him. And yeah, here we are at round 8, and he's there.
He's getting back to race pace.
Yeah, I was absolutely on a dry, fair day. He was, Bryce had to work for it, but yeah, if you said Walker, controlled it from the front all day, it was a very, very difficult track to pass on, and maybe Walker just, using some of that wily vet abilities to his advantage.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, he's been around a long time and won 7 titles. He's got to have some tricks in that hat, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, but evidently not enough. Mr. Neal was able to come out on top.
Right. It's Bryson's time. It's for him, his choice to win or lose it. I don't want to skip over, Josh Merritt having a great ride, getting on the podium in 3rd. And the ghost, the rider that we've been asking about all year, popped his head in and came out and took 4th.
Yeah, less than a second off of Merritt. No, yeah, made him earn that one.
Yeah, I did get input on that one. He made a mistake and Merritt got by him. He believes that it was induced from being tired.
Oh,
He was glad that they cut the race short because he was running out of gas.
yeah, no, these guys are in mid-season form and race pace, and it's like we talked about. Has Cole been really training and he's going to be ready for the moment, or is a time off the bike going to affect him at all? And didn't seem to affect him too much. He was able to just hang on.
Yeah, he felt really good from what I was told because I had a message back and forth with him. He had a really good feel in the beginning. He just started getting fatigued at the end. and he thinks he made a mental error, and Josh got by him. You never know. Josh being in shape, having built more confidence. Maybe it was just Josh being a little more confident and aggressive that got him by at that moment. You don't know. We weren't out there with him, so we can't tell.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the pressure didn't help.
No, probably not. Um, Hunter Hart had a fifth place finish, and Wilkins was Wyatt was sixth. Um, I just wonder what the day was like with Wyatt being back there. Maybe it wasn't muddy and he likes the mud more and wanted to drive through the front in the mud.
Yeah, no, I just shout out Hunter. Having a good bounce back ride with the top five. Been a while since we've seen him in the top five, so something to build off of for sure for Double H. And WW. He's. I talked to his dad Friday, and he said he wants to. He knows he can do it in the mud. He wants to prove to himself and everybody else he can do it in the dry. And a sixth place ride against that field, that's nothing to tip your hat to. So he's doing all the right things. Just gotta get a better start, be there early, and just start cooking. Yeah, I'm saying it like it's easy, but no, those are all the things you gotta do. Get a better start, be up front, and just put yourself in the right spots.
Right, right. Well, Harrell got seventh, yeah, after leading, and McGill was eighth. So for him to beat McGill, that probably put a feather in his cap, to build some confidence for him.
Yeah, to lead your first ever pro lap, and beat a good chunk of the XC1 field. Good day for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean these guys are just so incredibly fast. Um, before we end this, the next round coming up, good weather, bad weather. What do you think, bro?
I mean, the way the season's been trending, it's probably going to rain. But no, we'll see what happens. No, snowshoe, it's gnarly. Rain or shine. Rain or shine. Yep, that's the expression. It's gnarly rain or shine. The bottoms always seem to have some amount of moisture to them. It's just how bad are they going to be is going to be the question.
What do you think we got to look forward to in the AM race? You and Brandon are having quite the battle for the championship. We're getting farther into the season. I'm putting you a little on the spot here. We're going to start pulling out all the stops. Is it crunch time? Where are we at?
Just I'm not. I know I'm 3 races down. I'm 15 points down. Not panicked yet. I just got to try to make the most of every situation. We're both riding really well. It's just things just haven't gone my way the last few rounds. So a little bit bad luck for both of us at the start of the season, and we were 0-0. We're restart, and I've been there for all the been in contention for the win. Just things haven't fallen my way. So no, just keep doing what I'm doing. Trust the process, and hope to get some of the 50-50s go my way.
We had this conversation a couple years ago when we were getting near the end of the season, and you said almost the exact same thing when you were preparing to win your first title.
Yeah, no, it's just process, man. No, just if you start getting panicked, you're not going to make the right decision in the moment. Just try to make the most out of every situation, and everything fall together how it should.
Well, I gotta like that the calm, cool, and collected, demeanor that you're showing, and the professionalism. Keep up the good fight. I know that Brandon is a fierce competitor, and I think you guys will have a great race right to the finish. WXC, it's not coming down to the wire. Jessica does have a cushion. That doesn't mean she can just lean back on her laurels, but she does have breathing room. None of the other series, none of the other races that we talk about or classes that we talk about have a big cushion.
No, actually, Bryson got a little bit of a cushion up in that XC1 class.
Not enough to relax though.
No, he's still got to keep putting his races together. Absolutely, yeah, he can't start slacking yet. Yeah, no, all around the board. Even the YXC1 class, it's tight. the 4x4 class is tight. Like Jess is open. Jess has opened up a little bit. XC2's close. There's 3 riders got their name in the hat. So yeah, no, really good racing all the way around. And then even, people that aren't battling for the class championship, they're battling for the first top 5 in a prestigious class. So Kaden Wharff trying to prove himself in the 4x4 pro class, running tied for third in points this year. Just a lot of battles within the battles in these classes that are also fun to watch.
Yeah, I think the competitiveness across the board for you guys in cross country is unbelievable. I think being able to be back there and watch the series and watch everybody would just be a lot of fun, because you just see so many battles going on, even if it's not for first place, or it may not be for one of the classes that we talk about all the time. It may be just for, one of the other classes. They're always fighting for a position, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I think that's true about any form of race. Everyone's always battling, but yeah, that's one of my favorite things about racing, is getting to sit back and watch it. Once I moved up to the XC1 class, that was one of the things I missed most about race weekend, was watching that XC1 pro class. So now I'm running the 4x4 pro class. I jumped at the opportunity to do the Racer TV thing and commentate for it, and that didn't work out this year. But no, I'm definitely a racer first, and fan second. Definitely got a lot of love for the sport.
I got my chance to race, and now I'm just a spectator, and love the sport, love watching all the guys. Miss being out there with you, but it's always great to talk with you, Cody. And I know that I caught you on a special day, and you keep up the good work with what you're doing, and thank you so much.